Many in the West, including Ukraine's allies, have called on Ukraine to give up defense of the city. But Kiev's forces remained, and although costly, they were clearly rewarded in the end. Ukraine fought tooth and nail for months to defend the eastern city of Bakhmut from relentless attacks by Russian soldiers and Wagner Group mercenaries. The conflict, which claimed thousands of lives on both sides, was so brutal in nature that it has been described as a slaughter fest or meat grinder. Kiev has rejected suspicions at home abroad and called for its Western allies rethink its approach to defending the city, including calls for them consider withdrawing, focus their efforts elsewhere on the front lines. The risky decision to remain there had significant costs, and Moscow eventually captured the city in May. But war experts say it paid off for Ukraine both then and in the months that followed. George Barros, an analyst at Institute for the Study of War, told Business Insider that decision to fight for Bakhmut had pretty serious consequences. If Ukraine had not resisted, Russia might never have faced a number of major problems that disrupted the country's war machine. During and after the war, by remaining and fighting at Bakhmut, Kiev managed to prevent Russia's advance deep into eastern Ukraine, pinning down large elements of the Russian military, including more elite units such as Moscow's Air Force, and hindering Russia's ability to maintain a large strategic reserve. Ukrainian T64 tanks moved towards Bakhmut in the Donetsk Oblast region on March 20, 2023. Mark Cancian, a retired U.S. Marine Corps colonel and senior advisor at International Center for Strategic Studies, said Ukraine exhausted Russian forces during the battle for Bakhmut, denying Moscow opportunity to make more significant regional progress. The Russians shed their blood trying to take Bakhmut, he told Business Insider. There were also political symbolic elements to staying there. He added, because losing the city without a fight would be disheartening and a blow to morale, regardless of its tactical operational importance. Barros and Cancian said Bakhmut fight also contributed greatly to the eventual collapse of infamous Wagner Group. Efforts to capture city were largely carried out by ruthless mercenaries, who relied on poorly trained prisoners and horrific human wave tactics, who also bore the brunt of casualties. During Wagner's months-long fight for Bakhmut, behind-the-scenes cracks between the leader of the mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, and Russia's military leadership began to become clearly evident. Ukrainian soldiers fired an M777 howitzer at Russian positions near Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine on March 17, 2023. Prigozhin regularly criticized his superiors for issues such as incompetence on the battlefield, lack of ammunition and supplies. After taking responsibility for capturing the city in mid-May, he declared that more than 20,000 of his fighters had been killed.